Mesquite Airport information, Tango 2150 Zulu, wind 160 at 7, visibility 10. Signaling 2,600 broken, 3,300 broken, 3,900 overcast. Temperature 13, 2.6, altimeter 3015, visual approach in use, landing and departing runway 18. NOTAMs, the ILS system out of service, 5G NOTAMs in effect for Mesquite Airport.
I don't know if you just caught that little thing that I'm doing there with my hands. So each time when they're giving us a weather, one of the things they'll do is they'll give us an altimeter, right? And in this case, the altimeter was 3015. And so in the airplane that I'm using, I'm setting my altimeter and the standby altimeter each time that takes place. We'll probably explain this a little bit later, maybe in some separate video.
Nation call flight service.
Try to verify parking, American flight stuff.
And we put it
Parking at South 10 left on Fox.
it in there so we can switch over.
173 route taxi to Romeo V Alpha, modern ground point.
And now go back to comp 2.
Modern ground point.
There we go. So I just did the exact same thing where I press enter.
Oh, okay. So is that you that put it here?
Yeah. So you put the one,
active.
you put that one in the active. I just scroll down and press the same thing, enter, and put it on standby.
612 Papa Delta, number 2, runway 18, cleared for stop and go, minimum time on runway, wind calm.
So then we tell them
Number 2,
where we
clear
are.
for stop and
Yep.
go
So
for 18.
9 miles from, wait, let's do nearest, it's probably better.
Mesquite Tower, just letting
we can
everybody else know there's several flocks of Swiss crossing right on the final descent
So
path
go
to
ahead
18.
and press nearest again.
There's several
And
flocks of
press
birds.
direct.
Correct.
And then
Roger,
enter,
thank you.
enter. And if we follow it, follow the arrows,
It's aircraft,
That's where we'll be able to see it,
reported
where we're
flock
at.
of birds across
So it looks like we are north.
Highway 80 and the person
9 miles. So we'll make our call, we'll say Mesquite Tower, thrust 554, 9 miles north, 2,000, inbound for touch and goes with information Tango.
They don't have wipers.
Roger, keep it square, 36.
No, that's what I was thinking. Like, let's hit the wipers.
Mesquite Tower, thrust 554. We're about 7 miles inbound into Mesquite with information Tango for some touch and goes.
Plus 554 Mesquite Tower, same position.
7 miles north, 2,000.
Plus 554 Mesquite Tower, make straight in runway 18.5 mile final.
Straight in 185 mile final, we'll report thrust 554. So that's why I was pointing at north. Because we have to say north, because if we were east, he'd want to know we were east.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Miles north.
yeah.
Entry altitude. Okay.
And, okay, yeah, looks good. Now you can see, looks like you can see it now. Yeah, so if you look at the white buildings,
Uh-huh.
and then you can kind of see the concrete. Yeah, that's the airport, yeah.
Oh, okay. I see it.
Yeah, I would go to about 2,100 and start doing the checklist.
Oh, are we going to report? Because we already...
Yes.
Mesquite Tower, thrust 554, about 5 mile final.
Okay.
Plus 554 Mesquite Tower, roger. Continue straight in runway 18. You'll be number 1, runway 18, clear for touching off, touching, make left traffic for plus 554.
Yeah. Number 1, runway 18, cleared for the touch and go, left traffic after the touch and go, thrust 554.
Yeah, some of these radio calls been tough to pick up and respond. But the main thing that I'm starting to realize, a lot of it is just remembering what they said and repeating back what they've told me, and then thinking through them after I repeat them back. And so, you know, if you're a student pilot there, you know, from what I hear, this is a tough thing that everyone struggles with, is radio calls. But yeah, they're fun, especially when you start getting different ones as you're going through and practicing.
So stand to 3114 left down runway 18. You're following traffic right now. About 3 mile final, less traffic in sight.
So you can see those lights, perfect. And before landing checklist.
Continue downwind looking for traffic, 95314.
Landing, seatbelt
612 Papa Delta, you have the traffic inside and left downwind in front of you.
Affirmative, we have the traffic
Fuel
inside.
pump is on.
612 Papa Delta, Roger.
Fuel
Right now you're going to be number
valve
3 to the
is
runway.
on. Fullest tank
Number 3 to the runway, 612 Papa Delta.
Okay.
Cessna 2746 Charlie, you're going to be number 4 to the runway. Follow the traffic in front.
And now that we're 3 miles, let's go 1,500 RPMs.
Number 4 following
And
traffic
keep
in
going
front.
to the
46
runway.
Charlie.
Okay, 1,500 RPMs. And we'll do our first notch of flaps below 102. So 1,500.
Mesquite Tower, we have that traffic in sight,
And you kind of
95314.
want to pick that nose up to bleed off
Very
that
good. Follow
airspeed.
craft on 018. Number 2,
first
clear for
notch
touch and go.
flaps.
1 com.
18, clear touch
Now
and
let's
go,
go ahead
number
and
2,
go our second notch.
95314.
Yep, and then whenever you feel you want to put in the final notch of flaps, it's up to you. So the 4 white means we're kind of high, so if we want, we can put in the second notch. The final notch, I mean. And keep it 70 on the airspeed, so airspeed runway right now. So we're looking at. Yep, and since just like slow flight, we want to pitch that nose down to build that airspeed again and aim it towards the runway. So we're aiming towards the numbers, runway 18. So ailerons for center line, rudder into the wind. And keeping that airspeed coming. Want to get to about 70. There we go, there it is. Airspeed runway, airspeed runway. This is what you want. The aiming. Side picture, this looks good. We got 2 red, 2 white.
535, reporting 5 mile final.
Okay, this
Plus
looks good.
535, Roger.
And
I'm going to
now
have to
we're
hold you
slowly
at
power
5
idle.
mile final. Make right
And now we're gonna
traffic.
pick that nose up and hold it
Advise when I
flat.
can let you come in, Bill.
And now we're just going to do
We'll hold us 5 mile
rudders for
mark,
center line.
535.
Plus 535, Roger. Make right traffic for me.
Right traffic, that's 535.
Okay. And
Okay.
now we'll go ahead and flaps down. And we'll smoothly go full power. And watch that torque effect that's going to take us to the left. So we'll apply right rudder to counter it.
Tower 46
Perfect.
Charlie, we've extended our
Looking to
downwind
60, and then we'll go straight up on the yoke.
46 Charlie, team left downwind. You should be following a Cessna and turning left base. The Cessna is in front of you. That's the traffic I want you to follow.
Inside, we'll follow him in for 46 Charlie.
46 Charlie, Roger. You have additional traffic holding north of the dam, making right traffic.
Yeah, well, till we get to 1,000, and then we'll turn left.
Plus 554, continue runway heading to Interstate 24, start your left crosswind.
Continue runway heading to interstate until we turn left. Thrust 554. So we'll go until we hit the interstate over here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there's one landing. So this is what our side picture looked like. These are our screens. This is the runway. We can still see the runway, but not too much of it. So we're not going to 3-point it, but none at all to where we're going to slam down once we lose all the lift we have. So just want to be able to see just the end of it. So it's going to be a transition of a pull and a hold, pull and a hold, pull and a hold as you start losing the lift because you're trying to transfer the weight from the wings onto the mains.
Okay.
And we'll go to 1,500. So want to climb at 70 to 80 and over
612 Papa
Interstate
Delta,
20, we'll
runway
turn
18, number
left.
2, clear for touch and go.
Over this interstate.
18,
Yeah.
number 2, clear for touch and go.
Are we going
Papa
into
Delta.
2,000?
Plus 2746 Charlie, number 3, runway 18, clear for touch and go.
Clear for touch and go, runway 1846 Charlie.
So we can start a left turn and decreasing the power to 2,100.
Plus
Let's say-
535, report the dam
Let's
inbound.
say 2,300
Report jam
RPMs.
inbound, that's 535.
2,000. What?
300.
Okay.
Just because we're kind of far out. This will help us catch back up. So we'll start lowering that nose so we stop the climb. And we go ahead and turn downwind right now. There we go. I keep trying to gauge these clouds, see where they're at. And we could go all the way down. Do you see the runway? So we'll turn downwind.
Yeah, we went out kind of far.
Yeah. And 1,500 is where we want to stay on the altitude. And about 2,100 or so RPMs. Yeah. So if we keep descending like this when you pick that nose up, adding that back pressure in there, yep. And go 360 on the heading. That's much better.
Plus 554, continue left down runway 18, you're following company traffic by the 3 mile final.
Continue left down following company traffic inside thrust 554. So he's just barely about 3 mile final from 2 mile final or so. Got the traffic over the highway. Highway 80 over here.
No, do not see him.
Okay, then we'll continue
Plus
left down.
554, number 2, follow company traffic, and 18 clear for touch and go, wind calm.
Another thing I'm noticing When I'm flying in a traffic pattern, especially on the downwinds, I have a tendency to not to fly at the heading parallel to the runway. So I either tend to drift too close to the runway or drift far away from the runway. That's another mistake that I'm noticing that I need to catch, especially when I'm flying in the pattern and I'm on downwind, is to make sure I stay parallel to the runway, glancing the bug to make sure that I'm actually on the actual parallel to the runway. So like in this case, I should be at a heading of 180 on the downwind, since that's the runway that I'm landing on.
Number 2, runway 18, clear, touch and go, following traffic, thrust 554.
Okay, now I see him.
Perfect.
Traffic in sight.
Now we'll go ahead and pull our power to 1,500. Below 102 at our first initial flaps. Excellent. And he is just now abeam our wing, so we're going to go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and now go ahead and turn base.
What was that?
What was what?
That year, that noise?
Now.
Huh?
It might have been the engine is now getting slower. So it sounds a little weird if you go back to 1,500. Just to keep 70 on the airspeed. Okay, and keep the base coming in. And on base turn, we go ahead and go flaps 25 degrees. And not pitch up as we do it, just pitch the nose down, keep it right here, just so we don't lose airspeed.
Mesquite Tower, helicopter 911,
Keeping that nose just barely below the horizon, right
Tango
there.
for VFR departure.
And now, whenever we feel like we need to intercept final, I think right now is fine.
Helicopter 911, Echo Tango, Mesquite Tower, Roger.
Keep the turn coming in. Don't want to overshoot final.
Helicopter 911, Echo Tango, Mesquite Tower, Roger. Taxi up to taxiway Alpha, and I'll advise. I'm going to probably have to take you south and then left turn out eastbound. We've got numerous aircraft right now on left traffic during the 18.
I'll copy that. Have a taxi to Alpha, and I'll wait for your instructions after that. 1 Echo Tango.
Up 1 Echo Tango, Roger.
For my final?
Yep. And you could go to 1,500 on the RPMs.
That's 911 Echo
Okay,
Tango.
and right here is where we're trying to do
runway 18,
airspeed runway. So we're trying to get 70 on there and aiming to the numbers.
Correction, west runway 18.
Another thing I'm noticing that I need to get better on is making sure I'm pitching my nose down. I have a habit of pitching the nose up. I'm making these turns to base and these turns to final in the traffic pattern. And so that's another thing that I noticed that I really need to be work on as I'm looking on this, is making sure that I'm pitching the nose down, because we need to make sure we're on speed. In this case with this aircraft, it's at 70 knots, trying to make sure that we are pitching for 70 knots on final, heading towards the runway.
So it's ailerons for center line, rudder into the wind. If we get slow, what do we do?
Taxiway Alpha and then remain west of.
So what's the speed again?
And I do have traffic.
70 knots.
70. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And that'll help you keep your angle on this approach here. And then if you start getting fast, you're going to pull some out. Okay, right now you can start pulling.
70. Oh, okay. So here,
Yeah,
what's the speed here?
70. Always 70. You always want 70. So but you want to aim it to the numbers. So if I let go, you're pulling it up. So we're going to keep that aim there. Right here you go, power.
Tango, I'm going to take you all the way to Interstate 20 for your left turn
Keep it
out.
coming down to the ground.
And confirm your
And then you pull it up just smoothly, not a yank,
non-medevac.
but nice pull up and hold it here flat.
I'll
Rudder for center line.
wait for your
Ailerons
call.
into the wind. And you kind of got to float it.
Stall.
This part is the hardest part.
Yeah, the flare is the hardest part, okay. Now we'll go flaps down. Go full power. Nice and smoothly.
That's 535, Mesquite.
There you go.
That's 535.
That's 535, yes sir. Have you
And no brakes.
started your left crosswind? You do have traffic out there, and visibility is very bad to see. Do you have the
And we'll
traffic
go
to follow?
Rotate at 60.
Yes, we do in the downwind, that's 535.
That's 535, Roger. Yes sir, follow traffic, go ahead and start your left crosswind and pilot's discretion.
Sorry, that left crosswind, that's 535.
Just down to 5314, runway 18, clear for touch and go.
18 clear, touch and go, 95314.
Look out the 1 Echo Tango. Use caution. I do have numerous aircraft going out to Interstate 20 for the left crosswind. Visibility is a little bit reduced in that location.
Oh, okay.
Using caution, I do have the one ahead of me and to the left on the left crosswind, just north of I-20. And I'm about a half mile north of I-20.
Got 1 Echo Tango. Roger, reference 8 traffic. You can proceed on course of pilot's discretion. Maintain vehicle or Mesquite altimeter 3015.
3015 on course.
We don't want to turn yet. We got traffic.
November 911 Echo Tango.
Traffic
Course
right there.
5514 on heading until you have company traffic inside on left downwind.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Company traffic inside, and we also have the helicopter. Thrust 554. We'll follow company.
Course 554.
He's
Roger.
a beam.
Yep.
612 Papa Delta number 2 runway 18.
He's who we should follow. He's just leaving.
Number 2, 18, clear for touch and go.
So we
and
can
we're going to
turn.
depart back to Addison after this one.
Yeah, that's another important thing here. Is just, as you notice throughout the when they're giving us radio calls, they're talking about following this traffic. Traffic is like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, etc. Or another one, they're hey, you're number 1 or you're number 2 or whatever. So that's another crucial thing, is whenever you're flying in the pattern, is knowing which traffic you're following. Because next thing you know, in this one, I was about to follow the guy leaving, and then I have no idea where he's going. And so I need to also work on this. This is where, because I'm just really focusing on making sure I'm maintaining altitude and direction heading when I'm doing this pattern flying. But another thing I'm just realizing is pick up, hey, who am I really supposed to be following? And then when they give me information about traffic, being able to identify who it is that they're talking about.
Visibility is getting kind of bad. What do you think we should do?
Who was this person?
That's the Cessna. They're following. This guy is following them. Okay, now we'll go ahead and go to 1,500. Perfect. And keep the climb coming up. We're going to 2.5 this time. And keep the climb coming to about 10 degrees. There we go.
Mesquite Tower, thrust 554 over Highway 180.
And we got that traffic low inside.
Slow and steady, it wins the race. Take your time, you got this. Elevation, it's one step, two step elevation. Keep growing, yeah, just keep on pacing. You're a creator, keep on making, yeah, keep creating.